What's going on? You're in the Beat Sessions. I'm your host, Mitchell Weary. Let's talk about Snoop Dogg. He's back again with another record entitled BODR. He released that on February 11th. This is his 19th studio album. It follows last year's From the Streets to the Suites. He also put out an excellent compilation album last year called Algorithm. Lots of cool guest appearances on that record. Lots of those artists showing up for this new record. BODR, back on death row. That is right. Snoop has had a hell of a week. I think the only person involved with the Super Bowl that had a better week than Snoop was Van Jefferson. Got his first ring and then immediately left the stadium because his wife gave birth to his first child. Really cool moment for him. But Snoop, he buys death row, performs at the halftime show, drops this new record. At 50 years of age, he's at the top of his game. He really is. It's really cool to see him just killing it, but also just having so much more fun than I think he's had at any point in his career. It really is. It's just epic. It's great to see it from him. And this new record is basically a celebration. It's a little bloated. There's some, it's got a 52-minute runtime, 53-minute runtime, which, if you look at Snoop records in the past and a lot of hip-hop records, this is not out of the norm. There tend to be a lot of skits, a lot of vocal elements. I see a lot of hip-hop records that have this kind of extended runtime. This particular record, the moments of fluff, it would have been really nice to see it just be a solid A and B side, just that one flip to really get into the groove and grow. Because I think this thing opens up a little on the rough side. Still Smokin' has got this classic Snoop feel, and then Gunsmoke is your second song. But both of them have these, I would say Still Smokin' is appropriate because it is first track, but Gunsmoke has this big intro that takes up like a third of a minute and 50 track. It's really kind of weird. And it made me a little concerned at first. I wasn't quite sure what we were getting into as far as this record. But once you get into that third track coming back, it's funky. It's got great guitars and thick bass. Features London October and Nefertiti Avani. But that's where this thing really kicks into its groove. And pretty much from start to finish, from the third track right to the 15th track, the run on this thing is amazing. Really just a great balance of a lot of that classic Snoop sound, but also with a lot of contemporary feel. And obviously, Snoop's been making records for the last 30 years, so he's been drawing on some of that new material that people have been working with, especially in the last decade. But what makes him, so impressive and what makes this album a lot of fun is that everything's still quintessentially Snoop, no matter what he's doing. Just loving all the songs. So or most of them, I should say, not all of them. But we talked about those first three songs. Sandwich Bag is your fourth song. I can't believe it took a hip-hop artist this long to write a song named Sandwich Bag, when you consider all things. But I really dig this track. It's mellow Snoop with a slow roll. It's funk. It's got this classic pop feel and a bit of a classic kind of soul feel to it as well. And the one thing I do love about Snoop on this record, too, is that he's on top of his game for sure as far as talk and jive. He's just running his mouth, and not in a bad way. He's just, again, he's a very happy man, it seems like. And he's talking about, why he is the best, why he's at where he's at, what it took, the sacrifices, the good things that went along with this experience as well. This is it really is a fun moment of reflection, this record. It was the one thing that I noticed about halfway through it, that it's just it feels like Snoop and his way of celebrating 3 decades and now being the owner of the label that started his career. I think it's just so badass. Conflicted is your 5th song featuring Nas. This sounds like a Nas track. It's got this dark piano, great beat, great flow, really well done on there. Daddy is your 6th song. It's got this drop it like it's hot bass, a little bit of a reggaeton feel, very contemporary. So it's interesting getting that kind of classic East Coast feel with Conflicted into Daddy. And again, lots of different stuff going on. Doggy Stylin' is your 7th song. That and Conflicted are probably my 2 favorite tracks. And I really like the minimal, intermittent, thick bass on this song. It's just really well done. One of my favorites. A lot of songs on this record. I would say that middle run right through the 15th song is amazing. There's a Crip Your Enthusiasm sample. It's your 8th song. It samples Curb Your Enthusiasm, the theme song anyway, which I thought was kind of squirrely, but he's somehow making it work. I'm not super thrilled with it, but it's not as bad as I maybe would have conceived of if you just threw the idea out there and let my imagination run with it. But I really like Jerseys in the Rafters is your 12th song. That was definitely a highlight for me. And Pop Pop featuring DaBaby got this great R&B feel, nice mellow vibe to that song. And then Catch a Vibe. That's a great song as well, your 14th track. It's got this sludgy bass, kind of signature synth. He's just talking a lot of crap in this song again, too. And then It's in the Air. I really do enjoy this album. We Don't Gotta Worry No More. I like the sentiment of the song. Wasn't a huge fan of the music overall, but I like that. I like where Snoop's heart is with this song. It's a nice moment on the record, and then it leads into "Get This Dick," which is a banger of a song. I like it. And then "Snoopy Don't Go" is your last track, kind of an outro. And again, this thing, normally I would say pass on this thing because there's enough filler on this thing with that 53-minute runtime that I think you could have done a better job with production and put this thing on one record. But Snoop is obviously just celebrating and having a great time on this thing, and I love his energy. It's infectious, and I think as soon as you hit play on this thing, you're gonna feel that. One of rap's finest, an elder statesman, and it's just really cool that he's on top of his game right now, making this kind of music. So we're gonna vinyl please the new Snoop record. Hope you enjoyed this album. Hope you like this review as well and find it helpful. Please like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel. Do all the things to help me blow this project up in 2022. And stay tuned throughout the week for more album reviews. We'll see you next time on the Beat Sessions.